And welcome to the Vortex Healing Centre's monthly meditation. And today we're going to be exploring a new concept, though it's totally old and totally normal. So being Irish like that, it is definitely what it is, and probably par for the course. I know none of that makes sense, but hasn't it been a fun time? There's lots and lots of chaos still happening around, and I know the lead up to my getting away from here has been interesting to say the least. I got so excited I was going swimming again. I bought new bathers and I bought new shoes and I bought new t-shirts online, and the t-shirts didn't turn up, the shoes didn't turn up, and the bathers, the pair, I ordered two pairs, one for in case the other one was wet. I don't know. I bought two in case one didn't fit or something. But only one came, so I got one order out of the four. And it was the wrong order anyway, so. And everything else around my area has done exactly the same thing. I've had to move the horses, I've had to do this, I've had to do that. And I've actually handled it quite well. Which is a miracle. So that's where we're going today. I want you to all get ready now and make yourself comfortable. And as usual, we will start by taking 3 deep breaths from the centre of the earth. The first 2 we draw up through our feet and into our higher heart, fully expanding the top of our chest. Welcoming our higher self in at the same time. And then we do 3 deep breaths from the centre of the universe. Again, drawing down into the higher heart, fully expanding the top of the chest as far as it goes, and then a little bit more. This opens our own heart space, our own energy, and welcomes our higher self in. We're also totally aligned from heaven to earth. And now we're going to take another deep breath, but a combined one from the centre of the earth and the centre of the universe. And we're going to bring it down into our solar plexus. And here it forms a big golden ball. Now this is going to continue to grow over the next few weeks. The more we breathe into our navel, the more we're going to amplify our own energies, our own self. And each time we take a breath, it expands a bit. And this brings us into what we're going to talk about and think about today in our meditation, and that's balance. As we expand our solar plexus, or our own central sun, it actually spreads out and eventually will combine with the moon. So if your golden ball becomes slightly silvery or pale or yellow, or if you're lucky, white, then you know you've brought yourself into balance with all the elements. Isn't that amazing? All our chakras aligned, we're aligned with the elements. And I thought with duality, that duality was actually going to be superseded and we will come into one. but one is balance. So we have to have the moon and the sun. We have to have the good and the bad. We have to know the bad to know the good. So this is where we're heading. We're heading for balance. And remember, the more things that go wrong, the greater the things are that are going to be going right. This is how the new way is going to work. And I was so pleased with myself when all these things went wrong when I'm trying to get away on holidays. And I didn't lose my temper, which I normally do. And I didn't yell and scream. I just accepted it and thought, yep, bring it on. And they did. And the next one, and then the next one. But I totally accepted it. And what this means is that I've come into balance. We don't quite yet know what this balance means, but this is all part of the new human. If we're slightly out of balance, it'll be worse. If we're slightly out of balance the other way, it'll be better. But we have to have the two. So now I want you to take a few deep breaths and relax even more. And we ask our higher self to come forwards and give us any advice on this subject. Just relax and allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. The deeper you go, the more you're going to be able to hear. I'll call for you shortly. As we're sitting here, deeply relaxed, I want you to think more about balance. Today we didn't invite our guidance, we invited our higher self to comment. And I ask you, is your higher self in complete balance with your lower self? How much do you let your higher self in compared to the lower self, which is our physical self? Is our need for material stronger than our need for contentment and relaxation in nature and non-material stuff? We cannot be totally balanced until our higher and lower self are balanced, and our spiritual and our material are balanced. This is the reason we've done so much releasing, because our physical self is very much weighed down with a lot of the emotional scarring and turmoil and chaos. And as we release it, we come a little bit more into balance with our higher self. And if we do get to release everything, we become nothing. We come into this world with nothing as a child. We have no bad or good, or lower or higher. We just are. And that's the state of being that we call balance. This is what we're aiming for. Just when we think we're getting close, we've got a little bit further to go. So during the next week or so, I want you to just tap in every now and then and see what you're thinking about balance, about your balance. But now I'll get you to take some nice deeper breaths and gradually bring yourself back. Fully back until you're in the right here and the right now. This is Grandmother Sue, and thank you for joining us here at the Vortex Healing Centre on our meditation. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.